Hey folks, Big Deano here again. This time with a series I have never covered before, because I think this is actually the first of its line. This is the Bring Arts Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora figure. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Nintendo, in terms of Nintendo games, Legend of Zelda was one of my favourites. In terms of, I guess you could call them Disney games, Square Enix games, Kingdom Hearts is my definite favourite. I absolutely adore this series. Some people might think it's a bit childish, but so is Zelda, so is Mario. But yeah, let's take a look at the box before we go any further, shall we? And quite a nice box actually. You've got Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora, Bring Arts 6-inch action figure, Choking Hazard, blah blah blah. You've got the Disney logo. I guess that's something about suffocation. And some pictures on the back which are a bit strange because they have him posed next to fruit and stuff. And a load of stuff that I cannot read for the life of me. So yeah, let's get rid of that. So, this guy, this is Sora. He is the main protagonist of the Kingdom Hearts series, for those of you who don't know. And the Kingdom Hearts series is all about merging the sort of Disney characters and Disney worlds with those of the Final Fantasy series mostly. You've got Cloud in there, Sephiroth, to name a few. Some people will be quite annoyed that I only mentioned Final Fantasy VII characters in there. But anyway, yeah. So this is him in his third game attire, I'm guessing. The game isn't actually out yet, so basically all of his accessories and stuff, I have no idea what they actually do. But yeah, this is a brand new line, based off of a more 6-inch scale. They currently have a line called Play Arts Kai, which is more like 9-inch scale. For some reason, Square Enix do not like keeping in scale with other lines. I don't know why. I mean, just look at this. This is the original Sora from the Play Arts line. Not a great figure by any means. Dead-eyed. The joints were horrible and stuff like that. But yeah, you can see the difference in scale there, which is a shame because I kind of hoped he would go with these. But there is a figure art Sora coming out with Donald, Goofy and Mickey. Hopefully more of them. So yeah, hopefully this guy fits in with it and he's not too small. Yeah, that would just be like Square Enix, honestly. So yeah, what accessories do we have with this guy? Well, we have, if it will ever come out the socket, there we go. You can just sit there. You have this. I do not know the name of it. It is a very funky looking keyblade. For those of you who don't know, keyblades are the main weapons of the Kingdom Hearts series. He says trying to grab this off the old one. This is Sora's base key. It's called the Kingdom Key. There are 2 of these, possibly 3. I'm not entirely sure. But you've got this one. You've got a reverse coloured one which King Mickey wields, which is the dark version of this. But basically this is the key to all worlds and all that jargon. I'm not going to go through the entire history of Kingdom Hearts on this video. Look up yourself if you're interested. I promise you it is a good series to get into. But yeah, surprisingly, the keys, even though it's a different like sort of scale figure series, they are almost identical in size. In fact, I would say the new one is slightly longer, yeah. So you can technically use this if you have the old ones and just give him his base key, which I will be doing, because frankly, I hate this key. I hate this weapon. I don't know what it is. It's far too spangly. It's the same, most of the keyblades in the games I really can't use because I just do not like the look of them. So yeah, it apparently separates into two sort of crossbows. This is new. They've never done this with Kingdom Hearts before, where he has guns. Everything has to have guns nowadays, I suppose. But yeah, clearly the same keyblade, just changed. It's even got the same chain, which disappointingly, I mean, even though it does kind of move about, why is it a bit of rubber? Square Enix, you couldn't afford a little bit of chain like the old one does? I mean, it's not as if it rusts. The old keychain's still fine. Yeah. But yeah, anyway. In terms of hands, he comes with two hands for holding the keyblade in its normal form, two open hands, sort of relaxed or posy sort of hands, two keyblade gun holding hands, I suppose you would call them, and two fist hands, which, yeah, they're all really well detailed. Very nice indeed. And if anyone's interested, that is the peg for the hands. It's massive. I don't think there's any chance of it breaking anytime soon, although it is quite a pain in the backside to get the hands on and off. But yeah, the hands, oh god, they are really tight. So tight, in fact, that I'm not going to try doing it on camera. I'm just putting the old one back on because it is the most loose. There we go. He does also have two faces, which I believe is also a first for Square Enix figure lines. You have this one, which is sort of a grin slash neutral face. That just pops off relatively easily actually. And he's got another one, which is sort of upset face. A bit disappointing that, I mean, they gave him a separate face and didn't actually give you his signature smile. I mean, he's always got a wide grin whenever he's like having a conversation with anyone. So yeah, you notice I'm having a bit of trouble with the stand. Get off. There we go. So yeah, in terms of the stand, it's quite nice but quite disappointing at the same time. It's in the shape of Kingdom Hearts, which is really, really cool. One space, the clamp goes there. This clamp is very prone to either getting too tight because of the screw moving or too loose, again because of the screw moving. This piece comes off far too easily for my liking, and the cardinal sin of this stand is that you have to unscrew each arm piece every time you want to move it, because I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you see those teeth? Those clamp together, which means you literally cannot move this from the position you put it in. You need to unscrew it like every time, which basically renders this the most impractical stand I think I have ever used for a figure. So yeah, once he goes on that, he's not coming back off it. It's as simple as that. In terms of the figure, I don't know why I put that back on, because I'm just about to show you. The details on him are really good actually. The jacket is nice and rubbery. He's got some tartan sort of designs on there, which I like. The black and red I can really get behind. I like the colour scheme very much. It's much more mature looking design than his older ones. The heads sort of because of the way the neck is, it looks as if he's jutting his chin forward if he's not looking down. But the way Sora stands is sort of back a bit anyway, so it kind of works out. But yeah, there's no issues to speak of in terms of details. This is a floating piece, much in the way that Figuarts has been doing with some of their Star Wars figures. So yeah, floating rubbery piece over a T-joint, works really well. So yeah, I don't see any bad paint apps at all on here, being honest with you. In terms of articulation, he's better than the old ones, but not as good as the Figuarts. Well, saying that, some of the joints do a lot better than Figuarts. He can look down that much, which is all down to the neck. He can look up an alright amount. Side to side, quite good. Arms, he can go out that much. Can't do a 360 because of his hood. However, you can get by with it. He has bicep swivel, which I believe the bigger PlayArts Kai figure does not have. Single joint at the elbow, but it's fine, it gets enough anyway. It wouldn't be able to go in any further past because of the shirt design. You've got the usual hinge and swivel at the wrist. His ab crunch is insane, although most of the work is done at the waist, not the abs. He can also look back a fair amount and swivel side to side. No pull down, so it does tend to get stuck a bit on that rubbery piece. However, you can get it out a decent amount. Single joint there, but again, gets the point across, and it's not too bad because it's curved. I was kind of expecting a sort of weird, horrible joint look there. And the feet are the main piece that lets it down. It's got a swivel, kind of back and forth, although I'm afraid I'm going to break it because it's really tight and tends to go forward. And no toe articulation, which instantly fails it in my book. No, I'm only joking. But yeah, mostly really good figure. If Figuarts can beat this sort of articulation, then, which they have before quite easily, then they will have as good, if not better, of a Kingdom Hearts figure than this one. But I do much prefer this outfit to the older ones, especially the Kingdom Hearts 1. I really couldn't stand that design. But yeah, guys, hopefully they bring out some more. If they get to, say, Roxas or Donald, Goofy before Figuarts does, then I'll buy this one first because they'll be guaranteed to be in scale. But yeah, as always, I'll see you guys later. And remember, this works with that. So yeah, I'll see you later on, guys.